What if the road less traveled was not just a path, but a gateway to transforming dreams into reality? In part 2 of my journey into becoming a realtor, I'll peel back the layers of the unexpected, where every challenge faced and decision made was a step closer to carving out a niche in the real estate world. What if the struggles, the learning curves, and the moments of doubt were merely the prelude to success? Join me as we explore the twists and turns of a journey not just about selling houses, but about building a legacy, one relationship at a time. Discover the what-ifs that propelled me from dreaming to doing in a tale where ambition meets reality. I'm Robert Nixon, your Campbell River real estate specialist. Contact me for all your real estate needs and for up-to-date market information about Campbell River. You can reach me by subscribing to my channel, giving me a call, booking an appointment below, or shooting me an email. I'm here to assist you with any questions or guidance you may require regarding the Campbell River real estate market. Welcome back to my next chapter of my journey into the world of real estate. In this second installment, we dive deeper into the heart of what it means to transform from an aspiring individual to a dedicated realtor. From the first handshake to the final signature, every step has been a lesson, a challenge, and a triumph. Join me as I share the pivotal moments and invaluable insights that have shaped my path. We'll explore the strategies that propelled me forward, the hurdles that tested my resolve, and the unforgettable experience that have defined my career this far. This isn't just my story, it's a guide for anyone dreaming of making their mark in the real estate industry. Let's continue this journey together. In part 1, we left off where I had just gotten my real estate license. So the next chapter really is where the journey began. I got licensed. When I first got licensed, I actually had a coach that was from the Real Estate Investment Network, so sort of a part of me learning about real estate investing, which I talked about earlier, and my first house that I rented out. But I got a coach that was actually a realtor through the Real Estate Investment Network, and he was there with me from day one when I got licensed. I had got him on board, and it was interesting because I always I always joke that I wouldn't have a clue what to do. You get real estate license, you learn nothing about business. When I got licensed, I knew nothing about sales. I didn't even know what I would have to do. I just did it. And I didn't know what sales was. I didn't know how to go door knocking. I didn't know how to call random people. I didn't know how to run ads. I didn't know how to run a sales-based business. I had zero experience. I grew up in a small island, and I was a mechanic, and I did physical labor with some brain work to get stuff done. I mean, it was definitely something that took knowledge and ability to read manuals and do complicated things, but it was definitely far different than sales, where you have to generate your own business. So that coach, basically, I always said he kept me from, I would have been crying in a corner if I didn't have him, because he was like my counselor when I was new in real estate. And I think that's partly what coaching is they're almost a counselor. I think realtors can be counselors too to their clients, but coaching definitely has a sort of counseling aspect of it, or a guiding aspect of it, where they're there to help you no matter what it is, because what's happening in your life is going to directly correlate and affect what's happening in your business. If you're not all there, your business is going to suffer, right? And I was just going through a separation and stuff. So obviously there's a bit of stuff there, but just the knowing what to do from his guidance, I had no clue. Like I said, I had no clue what sales was. I got my license and it was throw you to the wolves. Here you go. What do you do? And he said, he got me door knocking. And I was like, what is this? Knocking on door. I didn't mind doing it. People are like, oh, you're out in the rain. I'm like, well, it's not minus 40. I'm not working in the snow with all my gear on and walking around in the rain. It wasn't that I didn't mind doing it, but it wasn't productive. I felt like I never made any progress. I never got any sales from it. Well, I sort of did eventually, I'll get into, but I just felt like it was just doing. I was just doing something. And I always look back at it like it was doing something that kept me busy, focusing on one thing until I actually got busy selling real estate, until I started doing deals and I could actually focus on the house or the client or the deal or the negotiation or the closing. People still have tons of success with door knocking. I did tons of open houses, and again, I never really got anything from it, I thought, but Tons of people do it and have success with it. I feel like if I went back to some of those things today with the knowledge I have, I would do a lot better at it. But I maybe gave up too early. Maybe I should have continued doing those things instead of jumping to the next marketing strategy. They say if you're going to do any marketing or prospecting, you should do it for a year to see if it works, especially if it's paid, right? You do it for 3 months, you're never going to know, right? But do it for a year, see if you get leads out of it. I mean, if you're not calling those people, then it doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah, door knocking. So my coach also had me, we decided to do some marketing. We're like, what do we do? I was going to do radio ads maybe. I thought, oh, that's a good idea, right? I didn't really know. I didn't really do any research on what the best form of marketing was, or paid advertising, I would call it more. So I was going to do radio ads, and he said, well, and he had bus benches. He was a Surrey agent. He's got a brokerage over there in Surrey with Royal LePage. And he said, well, why don't you call the bus bench company up and take the rest of the bus benches in Campbell River? So I did that. I went, whatever, sure. It was 22 bus benches. It wasn't cheap. It was, $1,200, $1,300 a month. But man, did I get my name out there when I was new, and it just blew up. Everyone all of a sudden saw them. Now I just have a few, so people sort of know I'm still present. But I feel like if I maybe put 20 out there again, it would be, people would see it more. But if you just leave them out there, it kind of becomes, they get used to it, right? Even though they're seeing it every day. They may remember you because of it, but they may not. But with that said, I had those bus benches, and I got a call from this guy one day, and he was here visiting on vacation from Victoria. He was a younger guy. I was 30 something. He was probably 22, 24. Super nice kid. And he said, I do Facebook marketing. I'm going to offer you a free trial. I'll do a week or 2 weeks or whatever it was, with running ads for you. And I went, oh, whatever, can't hurt, right? So he ran ads for me. I got a bunch of leads, and I was like, oh, this is, at least I'm able to call someone that's like actually clicked on the ad and it made inquiry about, I don't even know what kind of ads he was running back then, but a property or an inquiry about real estate, and actually call them, and they're actually like at least showed an interest. Whereas if you're knocking on doors or cold calling random strangers, they're not necessarily interested. They haven't clicked your ad or made an inquiry. So it was they were a little warmer, I guess. And this was before Facebook advertising got very big. There's a lot of realtors on there now, and I think it's saturated for a lot of advertising, but it does still work. But and then I basically grew my business. I always say, like, I grew my business through Facebook ads for sure. I remember even like when I first started, one of my good clients, and I sold him his first house and his wife, and then we sold that. We sold him another one. They're thinking about selling again. But I always remember him, and I think he might be the only one, but I might have had a few others where he had actually clicked on my ad, and he actually called me and was like, oh, hey, I want to buy a house. And it's not common. Usually you have to follow up with someone and inquire back to them on their inquiry. But he called me, and they became a good client. And I built a lot of my client base over the first few years from Facebook advertising. And those people today have now maybe changed a little bit, where they're coming back or they're referring me to other people and they're past clients. But in the beginning, I think a high percentage of my business still came from that Facebook advertising. And that's just the route I chose. There's lots of different ways. And I think in the beginning, you have to build that up, build the pipeline, get people interested in talking and working with you. And then eventually they come back to you as well, right? As long as you build a good relationship and do a good job for them, which maybe not all of us are perfect, but try our best for sure and keep everyone happy. And I think I've done a good job of that for the most part. Work through the issues, right? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this video, keep an eye out, as I have multiple playlists that we will be adding new content to regularly. As we close this chapter of my journey into becoming a realtor, I hope my story has illuminated the path for those aspiring to enter the real estate industry. The road to success is paved with dedication, learning, and unwavering pursuit of excellence. Remember, every property has a story, definitely. And as realtors, we have the privilege of being part of that narrative. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Stay tuned for more insights, challenges, and triumphs as we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of real estate together. Your dreams are valid and your aspirations are achievable. Let's continue to build, grow, and inspire each other. Until next time, keep reaching for those keys to success.